It is Sunday, August 9th, 2026, and you're listening to Blue Lightning Daily. I'm Hunter, and yes, today's episode was assembled by an army of polite little AIs who definitely didn't argue about whether Vibe is a real musical direction.
I'm Riley, and I just want everyone to know I said make it feel like summer nostalgia, and the robot came back with haunted mall energy, so, we're thriving.
Predicament. Haunted mall energy is kind of the whole internet right now. But okay, the real headline. Google's Lyria 3.5 is showing up across Gemini-adjacent stuff, especially Flow Music and the consumer Gemini music generation surfaces. And this isn't just AI can make a beat. It's longer songs, more control, and exports that are basically made to drop into an edit.
This is the first time I've heard a music model update and thought, wait, this is actually a workflow thing. Like duration and tempo control are not sexy, but they're the difference between cool demo and I can actually use this under a voiceover.
Exactly. If the output is 30 seconds, it's a loop. If it's minutes, now we're talking intro, build, maybe a chorus moment, and an ending that doesn't feel like the song got pushed off a cliff.
The dreaded surprise jazz exit. Like, you're vibing, you're cutting your YouTube outro, and then the music just goes, anyway, I have to go fight a dragon, and it's over.
Lyria 3.5 is being positioned as pushing into that up to around 3-minute zone depending on where you're generating. That matters for creators making explainers, branded series, podcast video clips, anything where you need music to evolve with the pacing.
Okay, but I'm going to challenge you. Longer doesn't automatically mean better. Because if it's 3 minutes of the same 8 bars, we're back in royalty-free purgatory.
Totally fair. The real value is duration plus editability plus packaging. And the control knobs are the story. Tempo control and duration control. Those are creator knobs, not researcher knobs, creator knobs.
Unsexy controls are always the ones that decide if the tool stays in your stack. Like, give me section regeneration. Give me keep everything the same but change the drums. Give me make the last 10 seconds resolve cleanly. That's what we need.
Yep. And we're not all the way there on structure you can trust. We're getting closer, but it's still human in the loop. You're still listening for, did it land the ending? You might still do an edit trick like a fade, a stinger, or cut on a beat and mask the weirdness.
Which is fine. Honestly, I prefer that, because perfect on the first try is how we end up with everyone using the same 3 AI songs like it's the new Wilhelm scream.
An X. And the packaging part matters too. Some Gemini and Flow music surfaces can export the audio file, plus a shareable video wrapper, which is basically Google saying, hey creator, we know you're going to post this somewhere. Here's a file you can upload without opening Premiere.
That's either liberating or it's the content treadmill giving you roller skates.
Both can be true. It helps you ship. But it can also nudge people into template culture where everything is AI song on a gradient background and you're like, cool, we invented the new screensaver genre.
Wait, but for marketers? That wrapper export is kind of huge for approvals. Like, you can send a client something they can click and react to without explaining, download this wave and imagine it under the cut.
100%. And if you're doing ad variants, you can generate multiple beds with different energy, tempo, and length to match different edits. That's real production leverage.
Okay, zooming out a little. This week has been the chat app becomes the workstation. OpenAI added those GPT 5.6 model options with that think control, where you basically choose whether it should sprint or actually sit down and do homework.
Right, the quality throttle. Same vibe as Lyria. Knobs, we're entering the era of controls that make AI usable, not magical.
And Adobe, for ChatGPT, is doing the same thing on the design side. Chat becomes the command center, and instead of you bouncing across apps, you're like, resize these, remove background, export versions, and it just does the chores.
Which is exactly why Google putting music inside Gemini matters. Music is usually the last painful step, it's 1 a.m. and I'm scrolling royalty-free libraries, listening to ukulele corporate happiness for the 97th time step.
Wait, so back to that spicy question. If Google turns Gemini into a media workstation, what job title gets quietly deleted first?
It's not composer, it's not editor. It's person who finds royalty-free music at 1 a.m. That role is getting evaporated.
Agree. Composers still win on taste, identity, and actually understanding story. Editors still win because someone has to make choices and fix the chaos. But music sourcing as a task, that's getting automated into dust.
And to be clear, that doesn't mean music people disappear. It means music people shift to direction and finishing. You're curating, iterating, making a signature sonic brand, not hunting for tracks that won't get you demonetized.
Speaking of demonetized, do we know how safe this is for creators? Like licensing vibes. Because everyone's traumatized. If you've ever gotten a copyright claim for a song that sounds like a song that sounds like a song, you know.
The safe answer, treat it pragmatically. Lyria is positioned for creator use inside Google's ecosystem, but you still need to do your due diligence for your platform and monetization situation, especially if you're doing anything close to recognizable artist vibes.
So the practical workflow: generate the bed early, cut to it, then if it's a keeper, you still do a quick sanity check and maybe have an alternate ready. Because AI loves to be like, I nailed it, and then you discover the chorus is oddly familiar.
Also, another reality check. People online are acting like this is prompt to full music video. It's not. Lyria is music. Some surfaces wrap it in video for sharing, but it's not guaranteed synced narrative video out of one prompt.
Yet. The yet is loud, because we just covered Minimax H3 pushing video plus stereo audio in one generation. Different company, different lane, but the trend is obvious. Tools are trying to collapse the pipeline.
And that's the bigger ecosystem thing. Everyone is racing toward fewer steps, not just better outputs, less assembly.
Which, honestly, is what creators want. Nobody wakes up like, I can't wait to do file management today. We want idea to publish with fewer weird technical chores.
But we should talk about the trade-off you mentioned earlier. When music becomes a button next to script writing and thumbnails, do creators start designing videos around what the model is good at?
Oh, totally. Same way people started editing around TikTok's pacing or YouTube retention graphs. If the model reliably makes a certain type of build-drop structure, creators will start shaping content to fit it. The tool becomes the director, quietly.
That's why taste is the moat. If you just take what it gives you, you'll end up with AI default music under AI default visuals. That's the slop singularity.
The slop singularity is real. But also, if you're a smart creator, this is how you stand out. Because everyone gets access to the same buttons. And the differentiator becomes, did you art direct it? Did you edit it? Did you pick the right moments? Did you make it yours?
And even in a totally AI-heavy workflow, humans still do the most important part, choosing what to keep.
Okay, last tactical thing. If someone wants to actually use Lyria 3.5 without losing their mind, what's your move?
I'd treat it like a music sketchpad inside Gemini. Start with the brief. What's the pacing of your video? What's the emotional arc? And what duration do you actually need? Then prompt with intent, genre, instrumentation, energy, and specify tempo and length. Generate a few options, pick one, then cut and trim like a normal editor. Don't expect perfection, expect a strong draft.
And if you're doing social, use that video wrapper export as a quick approval tool, not as your final creative identity. Please, the world can only handle so many static waveform posts.
Facts. All right, thanks for hanging with us. This has been Blue Lightning Daily, fully automated with a mix of AI tools that occasionally try to turn pop music into experimental jazz and then act like it's your fault.
Subscribe if you want more of the chaos, and check out bluelightningtv.com for AI news and updates. And if your AI song ends with a 2-second cliff drop, just tell people it's post-genre. They'll respect you more.
Catch you next time.